Hear ye, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Boruto Was a Reincarnation of Madara Uchiha? Let me explain how this is actually gonna work. Since I know Madara Uchiha is definitely gonna die during the war arc of Naruto, so yada yada yada. Madara is gonna have, well, the Sage Six Path form. How? Well, let me say something. The Shinigami and the Sage of Six Paths ain't the only god here. I'm actually just gonna make myself a god. Okay, don't worry how this is actually gonna work out. Well, the only way this how it's actually gonna work out. Okay, let me start. Madara right now is just talking to the Shinigami. The Shinigami is telling Madara that you are gonna go to hell for eternity for the sins you have caused in the overworld. And the fact that you collect all 9 tail beasts by killing them all, and trying to manipulate a kid named Obito Uchiha. Your sins are actually too great. And Madara said, I know. I regret everything. I wish I could see you one more time, Hashirama. So, before Madara can actually go into, hell, I come along. Of course, I am sort of a god, Didi, or whatever you like to call it. God of Destruction, no, I'm just kidding. But straight up just come out of nowhere, and I stop Madara right in front of him. I just point my finger and say, stop. Shinigami says, who are you? And of course, which, I'm not really a god, I'm mostly a god slayer, but sure. Because I like being a god slayer, because fuck all gods. But, the Shinigami notice what the fuck my presence were and why the fuck I was there. Well, not really why the fuck I was there. Just notice who the fuck I was. Not really that much, but yeah. He noticed I was a God Slayer. And God Slayers, Yushi, Shinigami, and the others don't really want to fuck with God Slayers half the time. Since God Slayers can actually travel to multiple different universes. Now, I say stop right there. Madara Uchiha. Shinigami says, why are you here? God Slayer Senpai. No. What the fuck did I say, Senpai? No, Sama. God Slayer Sama. And I just said, first of all, Shinigami, I actually wanna give, here, Madara Uchiha here, a little, how should I say, a choice. Shinigami says, what kind of choice? He should be the reincarnation of Boruto Uzumaki, the son of Naruto Uzumaki. And Madara twitches his eyes saying, Naruto Uzumaki, the one that kicked my ass, but sure. Then he says, Boruto Uzumaki, but he had a child? And to I say, yes, he did. Now, you just have to train Boruto Uzumaki to the best of capable of abilities. He's probably going to be a handful since he's basically, the son of Naruto. I should also mention he's a Hyuga. So yeah. So, you will also be accompanying along with your, the Jubi. And, how should I say, Shinigami 6, but the Jubi was split in half. Not in my case. So, I kind of just decided to go into another world, take the Jubi from Madara in that world, and came back to this world. Or, not really take away, I'm mostly just copy and paste. Since multiple God Slayers are usually stronger than normal, blah blah blah, I'm not making myself as the strongest God Slayer, I'm just making me at least average. But of course, God Slayers still afraid of God Slayers, either way of however ranking they are. So, what I look like, of course, I look like with blue hair and all that. I have sort of teal hair, black and all that. But I have a white eye, sort of appearing in my right eye. And of course, which Madara just said, fine, I take the choice of reincarnation. And I said, good. You're also going to have your Sage 6 Path form. You're going to have all abilities back. Except for your Gunbai. That will have to be if you want to give it to Boruto or not. If you don't, then it's your choice, not really anyone else's choice. But yeah. You're going to be coming along with Jubi. Now, Jubi can go into a human form. Instead of being in this huge monster form, he can go into a human form. Now, the human form is going to be an old man. So I thought of this and this is how it looks like, a Jubi and his transformation. he sort of looks like Hagoromo mixed with Master Roshi, like old Hagoromo, okay, like sort of old Hagoromo. So not Hagoromo, but sort of Roshi at the same time. He has a long beard, one eye because the Jubi only had one eye. Wait. So yeah, the Jubi only had one eye. So this sort of human figure form for the Jubi is actually gonna be a guy. He's gonna feel like he's old, yes, but he's gonna be similar to Nusutsuki. But really, that's just me transforming him and all that. So he only has one eye. So the other eye is closed, and the one eye is the red Renegon. He's gonna be coming along with, well, Madara. So Madara won't do anything really stupid enough, but yeah. So of course, okay, so it is still in Madara, but Madara's gonna be the reincarnation of, well, Boruto. Well, Boruto, which is gonna be reincarnation of Madara. That sort of had to Jubi, and yeah. Now, this is how I could have actually thought of this. This is actually me really just thinking on the fucking spot, because I actually didn't expect how to actually do this. I was thinking about the head of the series and all that, but I really didn't think of the start. So I was like, wait, hold up, how the fuck am I gonna make this? So yeah, I'm gonna make myself a little bit of Godslave, but not really that much. So Madara is now, well, inside of Naruto. Boruto is right now. He still has blonde hair, blue eyes, like dark blue eyes. Well, darker than what's called Naruto's, but yeah. Everything's gonna happen almost the same. Let me go into the very beginning. Now, not the very beginning where Boruto's fighting against Kiwaki and all that. No, to the beginning of where Naruto. Why the fuck do I keep saying Naruto? No, Boruto. Boruto is right now just running towards with what's it called? Shinda? It's Shikamaru, but it's not Shikamaru. Shikadane? Shiki? Is that Shiki? Shiki... Okay, I can't remember Shikamaru's son. But Shikamaru's son is right now running along with, well, Boruto. So they are right now just going to the burgers. Of course, unknown to Boruto, he still haven't realized Madara is right now just spectating him. Same sort with the Jubi, but the Jubi is right now more hidden. So of course, Madara is seeing this whole thing of like, well, Boruto riding the train, eating the burger. But of course, Boruto noticed some bullies like bullying what's called what is that glasses guy name? Denki is right now getting bullied by like the kids and all that. Now Boruto still fights him with the whole shadow clone, but Boruto noticed he can actually make one extra clone. That is cause, well, his chakra coils are actually expanding every time. So Madara is sort of reincarnated. Well, he couldn't like give him like chakra expanding coils and all that until Boruto was 12 at that time. I think he's 12. 12 at like the beginning. Blah blah blah. So of course, Boruto is just fighting against those until the other guys try to back up and start fighting. Blah blah blah. Now Boruto tells Denki that you should stand up for yourself, and well, it's better than that, and tell your father to fuck off. But yeah, he doesn't say it like that. But it's similar to that. So Denki tries to do it, but then he gets like chakra possession of the dark chakra, and of course Boruto realizes sort of darkness chakra on Denki, and can actually be the only one seeing this. Now Madara inside of Boruto's head is just wondering, what the fuck does this kid even have? I should have asked the god what it was. What was it again? God Slayer? Yeah, I should have asked the God Slayer what was it again. Fuck. Only thing I know about this kid is in Uzumaki Hyuga, and that's all. Now, I'm gonna mention one thing. Boruto, is he gonna have the Sharingan? Of course. Is he gonna have sort of Madara's Sharingan and Rinnegan and all that? Yes, but that'll be a later time. That I'm not gonna give him like fully and actually. Let me say. So Boruto has not realized that Madara is, well, sort of, inside his mindset. He doesn't know about that. Madara can see through, well, Naruto's, not Naruto's, Boruto's eyes. So yeah. So, Boruto is right now just going to Denki and seeing that Denki has actually put, well, the bullies in the train, blah blah blah. And Boruto is right now on the train. Well, on top of it. And of course some scribes like fell off, and of course Denki is saying that, yeah, it's gonna go boom. Madara is saying, what the fuck am I watching? Whatever. Of course, this is where, before Naruto can actually, not Naruto, blah, I'm fucking up that name, Boruto. Sure. Boruto get to do anything. Well, not yet. Boruto is right now just wondering how the fuck is he gonna do this. He did a shadow clone, so of course he can make 5. Well, yeah, so 4 more, so not 4 more, 4 in total instead of 3. So of course, the shadow clones managed to twist the whole train track into, yeah, blah blah blah. Of course, the 3 bullets still jump into the other track, and of course Denki and Boruto are actually going into, well, into the Hokage face. Yeah, Madara was dying inside when both Boruto and Denki just hit Naruto's head and just sort of broke it. Madara was just dying, laughing, sort of. He was just dying. He was like, what the fuck am I watching? This is actually pretty fun to watch. If I can't screw Naruto over, well, in my previous time, I can definitely just fuck him over watching this. So of course, let me mention something. Boruto does have his own conscience. Madara is sort of just there to actually help Boruto. Of course, Boruto is a reincarnation of Madara. It's just Madara will be there, sort of, well, teaching him before he disappears. Or, yeah, before he gets a less greater time on his, like, sin, whatever thing. That's what I told him to do. So, Madara is just watching this, and of course, I did tell him to only teach him when he needs time, or whenever he's, yeah, whatever. Or not need time, need to be more powerful. Just see how he is, blah blah blah. If he sucks, then just train him. If you can't, then, yeah. Now, back to Madara. Madara is just dying and all that. Of course, this is where Boruto tried to fight against, well, Konohamaru. And Konohamaru is way older and just says, Boruto, what the hell are you doing? Boruto says, big brother Konohamaru, why the hell are you doing this? And Konohamaru is like, you gotta call me sensei. And Boruto says, hell no. So yeah, of course, this is where the Hokage's face is just, well, not the face, the stone face. No, I mean like Naruto's face is just, yeah, he is gone. He just saw Boruto went bah. So yeah, he's freaking out. So of course, this is where I'm gonna do another little time skip. The next day happens, of course. Well, what's it called? This is where Boruto is, well, in the classroom. Of course, everyone is talking about him and all that. And Madara is like, I swear to God, if this was me, I would have given no flying fucks about anything. At least this kid have, this Boruto kid actually has a great idea. Don't give a fuck about anyone. Now, of course, Boruto goes, well, he was about to go to the lunchroom, but he was about to eat in the classroom and all that. Of course, this is where, I'm gonna fuck up his name. Okay, let me say this. Isowabi. Or Iwabi. So it's something like that. Is that right? So yeah, Iwabi is there and he, well, threatens Boruto, blah blah blah. Of course, this is where we go into the whole battle thing. Of course, everyone is just watching what Boruto versus Iwabi. And Iwabi is saying, I won't need my weapon. Madara is like, this kid is so cocky, goddamn. So of course, this is where Boruto's right now fighting against him. Of course, Boruto uses some shadow clones to fight against Iwabi. And Denki and Shika died. So that's his name, Shika died. So I'm not gonna get these many how should I say, character names, cause I barely watched Boruto and I just started watching it so I can actually, well, do this what if. I'm only at like episode 10, But in the manga, I'm way further than that. But I didn't read the manga that much. I just kind of skipped a lot of the manga, sort of. So yeah, until Boruto has the karma. So yeah, so I just kind of skipped to that. So yeah. So back to Boruto. Boruto's right now fighting against Iwabi. And Iwabi is right now just easily, well, almost beating up Boruto and all that. This is where, what should I say? Boruto managed to, like, kick him, and then Iwabi kind of, well, not kick him, managed to defeat him. Of course, Iwabi gets angry and does pull out his weapon and does pull the ground. And when he's pulling it out, this is where Boruto, everything around him sort of stops. Because he's actually going to his mindscape. He's like wondering where the fuck he's at. This is where Madara comes and walks in front of him and says, "Kid, you look like you need some help. A little bit. My name is Madara Uchiha. I am, well, you're my reincarnation, Mosa, but I'm here to just help you. Train you, and might give you some jutsus. Since you only know a shadow clone, which, that's sad. But that does nothing matter. Since you are my reincarnation, I have no clue if you have this. You probably do, but I'm hoping you do, so yes. I hope you have fire style, because that's the thing I'm actually going to teach you right now. Fast enough." And Naruto, Boruto says, "Who? Madara? What? Don't worry, kid. You can talk to me in your mindscape when I either, well, I'll teach you how you can get back here. But I'll be talking through you in the mind. Now, don't talk out loud because you're just going to be sounding like a damn idiot. Just talk in your mind. Like, think of somewheres in your mind. So that's how the best I can describe it. Don't want to talk out loud. Okay, dumbass? Now, the jutsu I'm teaching you. Hand signs and says, this jutsu is called Fire Style, Flamethrower, C-rank C-rank jutsu. Now I actually don't remember what rank that was again. I think I would just say C-rank, screw it. So Boruto does it when of course Iwaki was about to just use Earth One and try to attack. Well, Boruto was actually closely to actually finishing the hand signs and was about to spit fire until, what was his goddamn name? Inojin kinda just grabbed, well, the weapon of Ibi from his like hand, and before Boruto can actually use the fire style, he actually stopped midway because Madara said stop, and Boruto stopped. Of course, Boruto really wanted to launch a fire attack because he was actually almost about to do it, but of course he stopped because Madara told him. Now Boruto says, "Why did I stop?" "Cause the kid doesn't have his weapon, so it's better if you don't attack him. It's better if you don't show anything." Ugh, I should have never teach you that. Damn, I should teach you at least a E-rank mission, or not E-rank mission, E-rank jutsu, but I'm too, well, overpowered for that. And Boruto says, "You're gonna tell me who you are exactly?" And Madara says, "Sure, why not care? Besides, you're gonna know you're gonna know who I am, since you're my reincarnation, anyway." "Okay, kid." And Boruto says, "Sure." Of course, this is where, well, I'm gonna fuck up his name again. Iwakibi just goes and he says, "You think I will lose or anything?" And Boruto just punch him and says, "That's uncool, blah blah blah," the same thing. And of course, Iwakibi kinda just became friends with Boruto. Now the next day happens. So of course, this is where Boruto the next day happens, and it's the whole shuriken throw. Now, of course, everyone's throwing shurikens and all that, and this is where Boruto pulls out the giant demon shuriken. Well, demon wind shuriken or something like that. That giant shuriken. Now, before he even gets to throw it, Madara screams in his head, "What the fuck are you throwing at? Are you insane?" And this is where Metal Lee or something, I think that's his name. Metal Lee managed to, well, sort of get nervous and kick away and blah blah blah. Of course, it's where Shino kind of tells, yeah, Shino kind of tells everyone to go fix the whole Stonehead. Class rep, Metal Lee, Shikadai, Iwabi, Denki, and Bart are all over there fixing the goddamn, well, face of Naruto, which called Boruto kind of crash with the train. Now, this is where Boruto is saying, "God damn it, I wish there was some jutsu to actually fix this way faster." Now, this is where Madara says, "You do realize you can do shadow clones to actually fix this faster, dumbass." And Boruto says, uh. And then Shikadai says, "What are you thinking, Boruto? Better not be thinking anything crazy." Class rep, I forgot her actual name, but I'm just calling her class rep because that's what they call her the whole time. Kinda said, "It's fine, Shikadai. Maybe he's just kinda tired, blah blah blah." And Boruto says, "Yeah, Shadow Clone Jutsu." So he pulls out 4 Shadow Clones, and of course they kind of fix the what's called Stone Face a little bit much faster. Shikadai and everyone are just like, "Yeah, we're finished now," and they're playing a video game. So Tenki, Iwabi, and Shikadai and Baruto are right now just playing the video game. This is where Metal Lee is going da 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 da, hitting the freaking hammer really hard. Well, I mean, dang really hard and breaking the stone head again. This is where Baruto is kind of annoyed, but then Shikadai was the one to tell Actually, he's not Denki. What am I talking about? No, not Denki. Inoichi, or something like that. That's his name. Inojimchi? I think so. So, of course, he was there, so that's why they were all playing. Denki wasn't there, because Denki's sort of a nerd and can't really do anything like that physical stuff. So, yeah. Shikadai was the one who actually criticized Metal Lee. Metal Lee was kind of sad and depressed and just walked away. And, well, that whole thing between Shikadai and Shikamaru and Tamari still will happen. It's kind of funny as hell. Like, what a drag. They both think at the same time. Father and son, nothing changes. So, yeah. So, what's called? The next day happens. Baruto, Shikadai, and also Inojin? I feel like it's actually said it with the G, but it's J, but I'm not going to try to say. So, basically, the male version of Ino, so yeah. No, I'm not going to say it like that. I can't fucking know how to say it. Basically, fuck it, Sai's son, well, he was there also. Shikamaru, oh, not Shikamaru, for fuck's sakes, I'm so actually used with the names of the original for Naruto. The Naruto what ifs, I'm actually getting to what part to names actually confused a little bit. So let me back to what if. So Shikadai does tell Metal Lee that he's sorry, but Metal Lee walked away, blah blah blah. The whole thing trying to attack Shikadai still happens. Of course, Baruto's able to see this whole weird thing, and of course this is where Baruto asks a question. "Hey Madara, do you know what the hell this is?" Madara says, "How the fuck should I know? Usually, well, I'm an Uchiha, so I'm able to only use the Sharingan. I don't know what the fuck you're using right now." So, who actually knows what the fuck Baruto is sort of using will be the Jubi. The Jubi hasn't actually speaked anything. Hasn't talked, hasn't even shown himself with the Mindscape and all that. So Baruto has seen, well, Madara and the Mindscape and has talked and all that. Found out Madara is a very strong warrior that actually managed to, well, kick Naruto's ass. Which Baruto's amazed. Whoa. With, like, Baruto kind of just, when he was in his Mindscape talking to Madara, and Madara just says, "Yeah, I'm the one that actually kicked your father's ass so easily in the war art. Well, in the war. Pretty easily." And Baruto, with just, well, stars in his eyes, says, "Whoa, wait. Kick his ass? That means you were a villain." Madara says, "I was manipulated to be a villain. I thought I was doing the right thing for the peace, but I guess I wasn't." So yeah, I'm sorry. Boruto says, no, it's cool. I even, if someone that actually managed to beat my father, it's actually good in my books. Because I like that. So yeah, Madara says, okay, kid, whatever. So yeah, that happened. So of course, this is where Boruto, Shikadai, and Inujichi kind of just run from Metal Lee. And of course, they manage to hide, but of course, the whole battle between them has still happened. So most of the things still happens and all that in original canon. It's just every time, well, so even though everything was almost the same when Boruto kind of went home, and the fact that, well, Naruto wasn't home or anything, he kind of just got so angry the fact that, well, his father hasn't been home for a while and has missed a lot of birthdays of Himawari. With that anger, he kind of just looked into a mirror and all that, and was kind of angry that, well, one of his eyes, well, sort of both of his eyes have, well, the one Tomei Sharingan. And he was confused. He was about to scream until Naruto says, shut up, shut up, shut up. And Boruto, calm down. Boruto says, what do you mean, shut up? Madara says, it's better if you don't scream. It's better if your family doesn't know about this. This is not the Byakugan for the Hyuga. This is the Sharingan from me. Of course, there's gonna be race suspicions and why the fuck you an Uchiha. And by my knowledge, I know every Uchiha was basically wiped out except for Sasuke Uchiha, or Uchiha Sasuke. I don't know if Uchiha Sasuke has had a kid, which I don't really care. Now, well, I mean, seeing from your freaking, not really background that much, but yeah, seeing that you actually have the Sharingan, the one Tomoe, it's better if you do not show it to anyone. No means no. Even if you're in a desperate situation, unless you put it over a very powerful Genju over your face, over eyes and face, showing that you still normal blue eyes, that will be terrible for people to find out that you have a Sharingan. Not only because you're the goddamn son of, what's it called, I should say, the 7 Hokage, but you have a Sharingan, which a lot of people are going to be desperate enough to actually go capture you and all that. Or stupid enough. But yeah. But you're still weak as hell, but yeah. So of course Boruto went to sleep, and the next day happens, and of course it's a summoning day or whatever. So Konohamaru summons a, what's it called, Toad, and Madara says, okay, well, we're gonna do summoning. Boruto, do you know how to summon? Boruto says, what? Wait, summon? No, not really. Madara says, son of a bitch. Okay, Boruto, summon the Jubi. The Jubi kind of comes out of, well, not sort of comes out of the shadows. But Boruto says, the Jubi? What is that? Of course, the Jubi is still silent and quiet and all that. And Madara says, don't worry what the Jubi is. Just I'll teach you the hand signs if you come into your mindscape. But before even coming to his mindscape, the Jubi says, you idiot, don't tell him to actually go into his mindscape and summon me. Are you insane? Of course, since the Jubi isn't psychotic that much, I kind of change it from there. But yeah, the Jubi isn't sort of psychotic. He isn't sort of in whole rage and trying to destroy the whole thing. This Jubi version is actually sort of civil a little bit. Still a little angry. Yeah, yada yada. But yeah. But he is in his human form, and he did punch Madara in the head. Now, of course, the Jubi's way older than Madara, so of course, he just punched him in the head, you dumb, stubborn brat. Madara says, ow, what do you mean, stubborn brat? I'm way older than you. And the Jubi says, you realize I'm way older than you. Madara says, fuck, you're right, okay, never mind. Sorry for yawning, but I kind of didn't sleep. I got annoyed with things. Well, yeah. So, when Boruto kind of comes out, he tried to take the scroll and all that saying summoning style, but of course, this one Madara on his head just smacked himself and say, damn, I forgot to teach him how to summon. And of course, Konohamaru and Shino, they tell him about that you need to sign something before you can even summon an animal. So of course they're only being trained to summon weapons and all that. And Madara is kind of not really gonna give what Boruto the what's called Gunbai just yet, because he needs to train Boruto into actually learning how to do it. So we skip a while and to go into lunchtime. Now Boruto is actually getting his favorite food. I forgot what the hell it's called, but Madara Uchiha comes and actually does it. Now before Boruto kinda just gets angry and all that and tries to fight her and all that, until Shino comes out of nowhere and says, "You can't do this unless after school." This is where the class rep is freaking out, saying, "No, no, no, no." Now, of course, with that freak out, Boruto is right now, and the other guy's kind of going. Of course, this is where Iwabi kind of just does a mud wall. I forgot her name. Wait. I'm probably gonna fuck up the thing. Chocho. Or, yeah. So yeah, Chocho is, well, Choji's, like, daughter and all that. And, of course, punches the wall. And, of course, Wabi is still knocked out. Of course, all the guys are running in. Then traps happens, blah, blah, blah. Boruto, what's it called? Tenki, Shiko died. And, of course, Metal Lee and Inoji are also there. Just running. Of course, a lot of things does happen. Sadara is throwing shurikens, and of course, Metal Lee thought he actually got this, and then gets nervous, and then yeah. Of course, this is where Denki kind of use hacking skills to hack and all that to close some things, and yeah, Denki does get left behind, and then Shika died, and Uchi and all that kind of giving distraction for Boruto. Boruto goes and writes his name in one of the scrolls and was about to go seal it until Madara says, "You idiot, I swear to God, if you seal something if you activate something stupid, this is your fault." So, of course, everything still happens the same in the original canon, where Boruto still summons the, what's his name? Nun? The Nue, I think that's what it's spelled, right? Of course, when Boruto still summons that, he still saves what's called Chocho. And, well, the girl says we just call it even. Even, and yeah. This is where Boruto the next day happens, and he's with Shikadai and, Iwabe. Of course, this is where some random guys throwing fire style. I don't know what the hell he was using most of the time, fire style something. And shooting fire out of his mouth. Of course, this is where Boruto and Shikadai and Iwabi was about to just like kick his ass. Of course, the guy managed to outrun them, and of course, bumps into Miski. I think that's his name, Miski, yeah. Who actually already takes him down. So, of course, Boruto is confused with this person, but yeah. Also, I forgot to mention the whole school still kind of went down. So, yeah, Miski is a new student. Boruto thinks this is odd. And Madara just sees Miski from Boruto's eye and saying, "That kid looks strangely awfully familiar. And the Jubi, since he's basically mixed with every, what's called Tell B, says, I know who he is." Madara says, "Who is he?" "He looks awfully alike like that one snake that, well, since the Nine Tails was sealed into Naruto, and you managed to rip the Nine Tails out from Naruto, and I was sealed, blah, 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 blah. I do have all the memories of each tail piece, dumbass." Which Madara says, interesting. Why you call me a dumbass? Because you're the dumbass who actually listened to Black Zetsu, even though it wasn't even your creation. Okay. Rude. And, of course, Jubi says, "Whatever. Since I have all the memories of different, the Jinchurikis, not the Jinchurikis, but the different Telpis from the seal they were in and all that, and how they could have seen through their host's eye and all that. Naruto, Uzumaki, and Sasuke Uchiha with Sasakura Harano were fighting against someone that's named Orochimaru of the legendary Three Sanins. There is Jiraiya and Tsunade Senju, and also Orochimaru. Orochimaru is this like pedo snake that wanted Sasuke's body for some reason. Really, really bad. I swear to God, if this weird snake man managed to have a kid, it's all over. What the hell we living for? Madara says, interesting. So yeah, the Jubi knows almost every sort of thing because since he was sealed, well not sealed, he was split into multiple halves, and when of course he was fully merged into the cold Keto statue, and Madara the control, blah blah blah, he does have everyone's memories. But of course the Jubi is split into this version. Everyone does have their each tail beast. It's just Boruto has the Jubi still anyway. So yeah, with that happening, Mitsuki is just helping Boruto on like math problems, blah blah blah. Of course, the same thing happens the whole day, and nothing really changes except for the next day, and it is the whole Mitsuki celebration. Of course, this is where Boruto sees another person possessed with the same shadow thing. And Madara says, I have no clue what the hell that is. Then he looks at the Jubi and the Jubi says, neither do I. Why the hell are you looking at me? Looking like I have a fucking clue what that is anyway. Which the Jubi does know what it is, sort of. He actually has heard of this before, but I will explain later. Now, he doesn't actually think this is actually the thing he's actually thinking. But yeah. Now, when they all managed to defeat the guy. The next day, when that happened, this is where Shino is right now fighting against Shino Aburame is fighting against Boruto, Shikadai, and also Mitsuki. Of course, all they managed to run. The same thing happens. Not really a bunch of things changed. So for Madara, kind of doing some comments and saying, Boruto, you suck at doing half these things. And Boruto, of course, telling him to shut the fuck up. But of course, not really a bunch of things to actually go on. Except for when it's the fight between Shino, Aburame, and the three basically the brand new beginnings. Now with that still happening, Shino tries to attack them and all that. Of course, he managed to stop Shikadai and I'm gonna say in this one he actually managed to defeat what's called Mitsuki. Well, yeah, Mitsuki, even though the lightning thing and all that. Now Shino does go back up, and of course Boruto is confused where Mitsuki's at, because Mitsuki still brought what's called Shino into the whole water pit, used lightning, but of course it didn't really affect, so Mitsuki sort of just couldn't do anything to actually stop Shino. So Shino still has a little bit more chakra. And since that happened, he is saying, you think you can easily stop me? Boruto's like scared but afraid and can't really do anything. He doesn't know what to do. Until Madara says, snap out of it, brat. If this is how you're actually gonna lose and die to a ghostly shadow shit, blah blah blah, I don't even care what it is, you better stand up and fight. So that's what Boruto does. He pull out a kunai. And what the Jubi does is actually give Boruto a little bit more chakra so he can actually see it, well not see it, summon more clones. He summons 20 clones that fights against Shino. Now Shino is not surprised because he's in this whole cycle thing and all that. But Boruto does fire style, flamethrower. Now, of course, this is where Shino is kind of surprised. Not surprised, he's still in the whole possession and all that. Of course, he uses bugs, and then Boruto does manage to like give him a good punch to the face by kind of putting chakra on his feet and actually punching him. The Jubi and Madara were sort of helping him in the whole fact, the fight and all that. So of course Shino is knocked out. Of course this is where Boruto has to go into the water, save Mitsuki. Of course Shino is actually having to go back up and saying what the hell happened. So he kind of noticed that Boruto sort of managed to get up, but of course fall back down. Shino needed to get back up so he can actually go save his students. He does save them, and of course he had to go to the hospital. Of course, Shino, not Shino, Shikadai, Boruto, and Mitsuki had to apologize to Shino. So yeah. So the next day it happens, and it is Boruto kind of drawing the whole drawings about what he saw to Shikadai. This is where Madara comments and says, "Your fucking drawings suck. How the fuck can you even understand those things to your friend?" This is where Boruto says, "Shut the fuck up. This is my best drawings. Fuck you." Of course, Boruto says, whatever. So the whole same thing happens with Chojo, Sadara, and class rep about the whole stalker. And of course the stalker still goes invisible, blah blah blah. Same thing, Boruto and the other kind of overhears it. Boruto thinks maybe it's this person possessed and all that. And of course Madara just thinks, nah, it's just a fucking stalker. What do you think it is? Of course, when Sadara, Chojo, and class rep managed to get the guy and all that. And of course Boruto, Shikamaru, not Shikamaru, Shikadai, and Iwabi kind of hear it. They all run towards there and see the stalker. Now the stalker goes into a creepy fashion saying, he says, well, no, that's not how I like Chojo, whatever. He says, I like class rep because I can't blah 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 breathe the same air as her. This is where Madara just dies saying, hell no, this man is so fucking weird. Hell no. I'd rather fight, I don't know, fucking Ninetales without having any weapons than ever meet this guy ever again. Hell no. Like he's saying, fuck this guy. This guy is weird as hell. This is where Boruto's like, wow, I thought you didn't judge book for a cover. Madara says, fuck that. This man is weird. Hell no. He just wants to smell someone's... What the fuck is wrong with this man? Man, the next generation has went off. Goddamn. Like, Madara is just saying, hell no. This man is weird. Yeah, no thanks. Of course, this is where, sort of, they're in class and all that. Well, not in class. So, of course, the stalker is actually, going after, class rep and all that. The same thing happens. Writing names, blah, blah, blah. Of course, this is where Boruto and the others are kind of just sticking beside her and all that. Of course, this is where Boruto kind of gets blocked away. And almost the same thing happens in original canon. So, for the fact, when they had to fight against the stalker went invisible. Boruto has to look around. Now, Madara says, you idiot, use chakra sense. Since you're a damn Uzumaki, you're supposed to know how to do this already. Boruto says, huh? Chakra sense? Yeah, it's that little sensing chakra. So just sort of spread chakra around you to actually sense the chakra. That kind of, not sense. Close your eyes and try to sense where the chakra should be at. So, of course, even though I don't know if Boruto should be I don't know if Boruto's a censor in original canon, but I'm gonna say he's a censor right now, because every Uzumaki sort of would have been a censor. Or somewhat. Since I know Kari Uzumaki was a censor, and I think Kushina was also a censor. And Mento Uzumaki was a censor. I'm just saying, I can't actually remember if they were censors. But I know Karin was a censor, but yeah. Now, Boruto looks around. Of course, the invisible guys keep throwing kunais and all that. And this is where Shikadai is right now blocking for Boruto and all that. And Boruto now finds the guy. And so he grabs one of the kunais and like puts it around his like finger and spins it around and throws it towards the guy. The guy was kind of confused but shocked at the same time when he actually gets hit in the arm. And everyone is shocked with like Boruto's skills. Now Boruto was kind of shocked and amazed and kind of just wanted to vomit because he actually managed to actually hit the guy. Clean blow to the arm and all that. Not through the arm, but just got stabbed. Of course, the guy was screaming and saying, "Ah, how?" Boruto say, "I have no fucking clue, but that was a lucky ass shot." Fucking lies, but yeah. Of course, this is where Boruto Boruto is just saying, "Yeah, lucky shot. Why not? Let's put it on that." So of course the guy is screaming, but of course then Chojo says, "It's better if you don't stalk and blah 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 and all that." Even though the guy was kind of, well, suppressing his pain, and then just says that is true. And he stops, he cries, and says, "Okay, I'll be a man." Now, Sodor was about to go up to Boruto, but Boruto was kind of just like shocked at the same time. He had actually managed to hit someone that's invisible. Shikadai was like, "Lucky shot, Boruto, Jesus Christ, what kind of fucking luck do you have?" Boruto says, "It's just luck. I was trying to sense him, but I guess I can't really sense." Well, he didn't say I can't sense. I was just guessing where the hell he should have been at. I mean, he's attacking us from different patterns. I'm thinking there might have been a pattern, but he just bullshitting his way out. Of course, Shikadai managed to buy it, sort of. So, of course, this is where the guy does cries and then passes out, and then they do take him to the what's called nurse. The nurse is confused why the fuck he has a fucking kunai just plunged to his like sort of arm. And they look at Boruto. Boruto says, "I gave him a lucky hit. That motherfucker was being a stalker, being invisible. I gave him a lucky hit." And the nurse says, "Oh, whatever. It was his fault for being invisible. Okay." So the next day happens, and it is, well, not the next day, mostly the afternoon and all that. And it is Boruto drawing another picture, saying this is the monster and all that. And this is where Madara is just dying inside with seeing Shikadai and Muski's face. So yeah, Madara is just laughing at this. But yeah. Now, this is where Tomari something like that, Utsuki does contact Boruto about him being, well, having an eye, not really naming it, but being a riddle, and blah blah blah, contacting Boruto on his dream. And Boruto really thought he was in his mindscape saying, "Madara? Chubi, where the hell are you?" And he saw Tomari, and Tomari is like explaining all this. And so, Boruto does wake up the next day, and Boruto seeing like his vision and all that. Madara's always sort of awake, not really awake. Sort of, not really always awake, but yeah. When Boruto goes to sleep, they kind of go to sleep, but yeah. When Boruto wakes up, yeah, that happens. Madara saying, "So really a shadow inside your own room? Damn, that's sad." Which Boruto goes up to one of, like, he has a small mirror, and when he looks into what it is basically, it looks like the Byakugan. And before he, well, decides to, well, I mean, he still does scream and all that, and say, "I have the Byakugan. I have the Byakugan." Madara says, "What the fuck, that's not a Byakugan. Hell no, that ain't no fucking Byakugan." But whatever, we'll let this kid have it. Jubi now knows what it is. Since the Jubi is sort of like, how should I say, somewhat of a plant for Utsutsuki and all that. The Jubi will sort of know about, well, what the hell that is. Sort of. He kind of saw it through sort of Kaguya's memories. When he was actually, well, with Kaguya and then got split by Hagoromo. He saw Kaguya's memory about something called a purified eye. And the eye to see anything because it's pure or whatever. It's called the Chugan eye or Chugan eye, whatever the hell it's called. The Chugan, whatever it's called. Now, this is the Jubi doesn't say anything. Of course, the whole same thing where it happens where Naruto tells him, okay, we're gonna go to grandfather, blah, blah, blah. Of course, this is where Hanabi does fight against Boruto and all that. Boruto can't really land a hit or anything, but doesn't do any of his like powerful jutsus, like flamethrower. Since Madara tells him not to activate his Sharingan or his flamethrower. Use his flamethrower. But yeah, that happens. Now, this is where Hanabi does tell Boruto to just go figure it out for himself. And of course, this is where Boruto decides to go walk out and actually go into the city and meet this Shigenkai Kai. I forgot what it's called. For fuck's sake, I don't really care what they call him. The white-haired guy that was fat. Boruto fights again. Madara does help, and of course, they manage to beat him. Now, of course, Boruto doesn't use any jutsus, except for Shadow, but does not use the like Sharingan or anything. But yeah. So the next day happens, and of course they are all put into like teams and going to go find some kind of arbitration job, whatever thing or whatever. Everyone picks the same thing. And original canon and Boruto does go a mailman, and of course when Naruto does like blah 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 talk to him and all that. Naruto says whatever, hurry up and let's go. And of course everyone is just doing the same thing. The explosion still happened by Iwasabi and all that. Of course, Boruto sort of hears and he's like, whatever, that must be something. Of course, Boruto goes to the whole water plant and all that and gives his whole mail. And of course, he's class rep and the other two, I don't remember what the hell their name was. Yeah, I'm still in like episode 10, so, but yeah. So, of course, the whole day would be the same thing, and just with the whole Sai and all that, talking about, the whole, what's it called, incident and all that. Now, I should also mention one thing. Since Madara is, the prime Madara, the War Arc Madara, where he had the Sage 6 Path mode and all that, he does have Wood Style, Boruto does. So, but it isn't going to be shown anytime, for right now. I ain't going to explain how he actually going to be using it. But yeah. So the next day happens, and for Boruto and his group to go into the whole mail thing, of course Chojo is still getting so angry, and of course tries to grab Boruto, but before even grabbing Boruto was so fast enough to just dodge. Now Chojo was very angry and tries to punch Boruto, but Boruto wasn't gonna let that punch actually hit him. Instead he dodged again. But that's why, because the whole, he's getting more, adapted to, things. Since he is the reincarnation of Madara, he's kinda getting, reflexes, instincts to dodge and all that, like Madara does. But yeah, of course the guy tells, the group that, of course you fucked up the mail, and, you're gonna have to do the stamps. Now, Boruto's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Madara's dying. He's like, this is so fucking stupid, but funny as hell. This is really how the fucking Shinobi freaking thing had it to work. It sucks. Man, Next Generation just sucks so much. So yeah, of course there was an alert saying that, something happened, blah blah blah, water thing, whatever. And that's where Boruto and his team is actually gonna go. To where class rep should be at. Now, this is else where I'm also gonna end it off for part 1 of what if Boruto was the reincarnation of Madara Uchiha, because I'm still watching. What's called the episodes. But yeah, Have a nice day. Potato night. Potato seed. Potato. Potato. I'm gonna end this off. Bye bye. Potato. Potato. Potato.